Now, the reason there's good reason I'm saying that the protest is in the wrong spot, okay? This is the protest on Trayvon. Trayvon Martin, that's right. That's what this is, the protest on that. I've got some things I want to show you first, okay? As you're seeing, this is the protest outside the Sanford police station. It's in the wrong spot. You shouldn't be having your protest at the police station. I'll explain myself further here in a minute. Okay, that you're protesting the wrong spot. Okay, in the light of George Zimmerman, in the light of everything I've seen, I'm looking through his criminal history, and I can tell you this: the guy was arrested in 2002. He was arrested again in 2004, 2005, and 2006. And there's reports that he has had assault a police officer. In other words, he struck a cop, whatever it is. He has a violent background, okay? And assault on a police officer, everybody knows, is already a felony, okay? We all know his dad's a judge. Now we have this: George Zimmerman's arrest records sealed. So who would be able to seal his records? Think about that. Why would his police records be sealed from the public to begin with? Well, to have his records sealed, that had to come from a court, a high-up court. What was George Zimmerman's dad? He was an attorney. Well, he was a judge, wasn't he? That's right. In a Supreme Court, on top of that. So lo and behold, if things ain't looking really suspicious here. And of course, then we're looking at the pictures that was originally pushed off to the media. An old mugshot of George Zimmerman and an old picture of Trayvon. That's right, an old picture of Trayvon, not a current. I'll leave the links for all this and the more so that you can see this, okay? And I've got some more to say. Okay, now in the light of everything that we've seen, okay, what we've actually watched take place, with Trayvon, since the very beginning, I'm still going to stand my ground, and I'm going to tell you that there's government involvement. There's not a doubt in my mind about that, okay? And I'm still going to stand my ground. The Black Panthers is nothing more than, well, you heard them preach it. They preach being vigilantes, okay? Vigilante justice. And Black Panthers, KKK, one and the same, government sponsored. That's why he preached they were military. Military industrial complex. Okay, but that's all beside the point. Let's get to the real issues here. Okay, the real issue. I'm saying that you're protesting in the wrong spot for good reason, okay? When I first watched the surveillance video, the first impression I got was he wasn't arrested. What's he doing in handcuffs? Okay? Then I got thinking about they pulled into a garage and they shut the door and it was in a garage. Most of the time, a person who's pulled into the garage in the back of a squad car, a sheriff's car, a police car, what have you, and taken in handcuffs like that is at a jail, not a police station. Now, I don't know, Stanford, maybe they have a jail at the police station as well. Maybe the jail is in the police station. I don't know. So I can't answer that question for sure, okay? But I want to draw your light to something here. Now we all know, we observed in the video that you couldn't see any sign of blood on his shirt. You couldn't see any gashes on the back of his head. I watched the father's interview. The father clearly says that he does have a broken nose. He has a couple gashes on the back of his head, blah, 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 right? He says that medical records will prove that. But in light of what you just saw, since his arrest records has been sealed, and since, let's think about a couple other things here, okay? I want you to think about this really hardcore because this is fact. When you look at what you can see on Zimmerman's arrest record, you discover that the man, well, he had assault of battery, assault of a police officer against him. He has domestic violence against him, but just with the assault of a police officer is a felony. As many times as he was arrested, and knowing that there was an assault on a police officer against him, that tells me he's a felon. So if he's a felon, my question to people is this: how did he get a permit to carry a firearm? Can you answer that for me? How did he get a permit to carry a firearm? He's a felon. 1. 2. Okay, the pictures that was portrayed to the media from the very get-go. See, the family had to have helped out here. But I think the family helped out naively. That's why I'm going to say naively, okay? Why do I say that? Because how would have the media got a hold of Trayvon's picture of him when he was 9 and 11 years old? How would have they got a hold of his childhood pictures? That had to come from family. Okay, now naively, I think the family was probably asked to give pictures, and they probably gave a current picture, and they held that and asked if they had any more pictures from when he was a child. And so then the family gave some pictures from when he was a child. So then the media had hold of his current pictures and the pictures from when he was a child. And the media gets up there and posts up a picture from when he was a child. Then you take George Zimmerman and you go back to when he is mugshot from when he was in jail, when he don't look like what he looks like today, and you post that up, okay? Let me give you a scenario here. If somebody killed me, I'm 51 years old, okay? And there's somebody who killed me, right? The media gets a hold of the story, and they obtained some pictures from me when I was 9, 10, 11 years old. And then they take a picture of a mugshot from the person who killed me when they used to be in jail several years back, okay? And they plaster that all over the media. You don't know it's me, because I'm 9, 10, 11 years old in the pictures that you're seeing. So then you assume right away they killed a kid. Do you catch my drift? So the media is a lot at fault here too. But now I said that the protest is in the wrong spot. Let me tell you why. Because let's use our head here. So I know the outcry is Benny wasn't arrested. Isn't that correct? But it appears he was arrested, right? According to surveillance footage. At first I thought maybe that was old surveillance footage that they used from another time that he was arrested. But the more I examine it, the more I realize it's probably not. So maybe the Sanford Police Department also houses the jail. Okay? Because he was pulled into the garage, okay, and supposedly for questioning. Now, my thing was, is if you're not under arrest, okay, you're not being charged, then why would you be taken in handcuffs? So he had to have been arrested. And he had to have officially been charged as far as what the police report says. And when I was watching the father's interview, that was clear that that had actually happened and that homicide was what they were going to charge him with, and then that was changed. Well, let me tell you something. The reason I'm telling you you're protesting the wrong spot is because it's not up to police to change it. See, understand what the cops do. The cops go to the scene, they arrest him for what they arrested him for, which appears was homicide to begin with, which means the cops planned on charging him with murder, okay? They got him down to where they arrested him, okay? And the district attorney's office is the next step, okay? Because they make a report. As a cop, you have to make a report. Then you have to file your report. It's sent over to a district attorney's office, and they're the ones that make the decision if the charge is legit or not. If the district attorney's called back and says you ain't got something here to charge them with, you have to turn them loose, then they have to turn them loose. Because the district attorney's office is the police department's boss. Just like the courts is the district attorney's office boss. So when you technically think about that, so you're blaming the police department, and you're protesting outside the police department. But it appears to me that the police department did their job. It appears to me that the district attorney's office is responsible for them releasing him. And this is where you need your protest at, is outside the district attorney's office. Outside the courthouse, where the judge resides. Maybe his, but at least outside the district attorney's office, because they have to be the ones that formally released him, not the police department. Because if you understand how the law works, the cop makes the arrest, the cop makes the charge in his report, then it has to be turned over to the district attorney's office, who has to accept it. Okay? If the district attorney's office says, no, you haven't got no charges here, or tells them no, blah, 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 they have to do as they're told, because the district attorney's office is the cop police station's superior. boss. They get the final say-so. So that would explain why he walked, okay? Because the district attorney's office let him walk, not the police. Okay, this is the reason I say you're protesting in the wrong spot. Okay? And last but not least, of course, you've got to ask yourself these questions, okay? He's got a dad that's in the Supreme Court. His dad, that's right, his dad just happened to have been a judge in the Supreme Court. Zimmerman's police records just happened to be sealed. Is that an accident? No, it's not. What are they hiding from us? Okay? And when you look and you realize that this man's been arrested several times in the past, and there's a chance he's a felon. That's right, there's a chance he's a felon because of assault on a police officer, from what I've seen. Then you have to ask yourself, how did he get a weapons permit to carry a weapon if he's a felon? Think about your so-called leader, the Black Panthers. Did he not get arrested for possessing firearms because he was a felon? But here Zimmerman is carrying a freaking gun, who's a convicted felon, and he's got a permit to carry it. So when I told you there's government involvement, I wasn't kidding you. Government involvement all the way. Why do you think the media did what they did with the pictures? That's why I told you about the pictures. See, the family should have never relinquished any pictures of Trayvon when he was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. They should have gave the media current pictures only, and said, this is all we have. No, we're not giving you any childhood pictures. Here's his current picture. That's what should have happened, okay? It didn't. Probably because they were finagled, screwed, sambooed, okay? Whatever you want to call it, lied to by the people who collected the pictures. As they wasn't being honest with them. Because, honestly, the reason you're having your big outrage is because he wasn't arrested, but he was arrested. But then he was turned loose, wasn't he? So he was turned loose, that's right. But you're at the wrong spot. Because you need to understand that the cops did do their job. That's right, the cops actually did do their job. They changed the report from homicide to what? That didn't happen because of the police. That happened because they were told to by their superiors, the district attorney's office. You need to understand when a cop arrests you and he files his report filing charges against you, when they're saying filing charges, that's exactly what it is. They file them with the district attorney's office, who has to approve them. And if the district attorney's office does not approve the charge, then the cop has to do as they said and release them. So he got released because of the district attorney's office, and that's where your protest belongs, is outside the district attorney's office.